Each week, we welcome to our NfG stage one of our highly talented members or special guests with something designed to help you and your business. Our next guest's career started in the media for a large newspaper chain, working in telesales. Despite breaking a few records, he found the limitation to even greater success was in the importance of the right marketing message to help line up the sale. Helping the marketing departments to make their message more precise, he was soon invited to work with them, where he gained many other skills to allow the paper to use more targeted marketing to set up the prospects to be more likely to buy before the sales process has officially started. With his extensive hands-on practical knowledge of digital marketing, he could also see how the majority of small businesses struggle to create an effective online presence, whether website or social media, or even online advertising or AdWords, attracting too many opportunistic sharks to take advantage of them. And seeing this and determined to not compromise his values, a few years ago, he set up his own digital marketing business, gaining a large number of happy clients on whose best interest he truly focuses. With a large number of marketing skills under his belt, he's also got a few black belts too, even helping run a martial arts school for a while, as well as competing in mixed martial arts cage fighting, no less. He's certainly someone you want to have fighting your corner. So with a talk to help you get seen online, we welcome back Adam Gold. Konnichiwa.
Thank you very much. Can everyone see my screen? Is that okay? Good. Okay, thank you for that, Richard. It's an amazing introduction there. I'm not sure who it was, but that's great. I welcome it. Good morning, everyone. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. Apparently my microphone isn't working too well, but I want to take you just on a very short journey this morning. This is almost an introduction, if you like, into how to get your business seen online to improve visibility and engagement. So a very simple agenda. We need to know, or you need to know, what do your customers want and how you're going to get your website in front of them via keyword research and backlinks, what I would consider two very important aspects of SEO, which is search engine optimization. So moving forwards. Online and website contents. I ask you this question now: how do you know what your customers want? It's an easy question for us to assume, but what do you actually do to find out what they want? Do you ask questions? Do you do market research? Do you look at Google Trends? Do you give feedback forms to your customers after they've used your services to find out what they enjoyed, what you could improve upon? You know, all these things that we really, a lot of business owners, I think, neglect and don't find out what their customers want. There are a couple of ways that without actually speaking to them or without sending out these forms, we can do some due diligence. We can do some research into what we believe our customers want and what the search engines believe our customers want too. So there's a short list, and you will receive, if you want, these slides afterwards, of some various ways in which we can reach out and, as I say, do our due diligence. So ask yourselves, how many of these do you do? Do you do your research, social media polls, feedback forms? Do you use the platforms that are online for free? These are all free things to do. Competitor social media. Do you keep your eye, are you on the ball? Do you keep your nose to the ground? So please make sure that moving forwards, if you don't, start doing this. Constantly seek out information and advice from your customers. It may shape your business in a way that you weren't aware. So the first thing I want to look at is keyword research. And to understand this, we use your website as a base. Think of it as the center of a spider's web, if you like, where the spider lives, and everything revolves around that center. What are keywords? Well, keywords can be considered a word or a group of words that someone might pop into a search engine like Google in order to find your business. So, for example, Yolande, they might put in natural fragrances. I'm being very simplified there, but if someone puts that in, will your website be seen? If someone puts in, my WordPress site has crashed, which millions of people probably do every single day, sure, you're probably there to help them out as well. I know I'm going to be calling you after this. So we do need to look into, what do we think people are going to put into Google or other search engines in order to find your business. We do have to be aware that Google do own 92% of the search market on the internet as well, so we do want to appeal to them. So we can consider keywords, as I said, words and phrases that people type into search engines to find answers to questions or to solve problems. That's important. If Google doesn't think that those two things are going to be achieved, it's not going to put your website or your website pages in front of the right customer. We need to appeal to Google. I've always said that, I always will. 92% of the search market is 5.6 billion searches every day, and their nearest competitor is Bing. I'm not saying neglect Bing or Yahoo or any other search engine out there, but let's go to the masses. Let's look at this for the benefit of Google and look at their products like Google Trends, Google Search Console, and Google Analytics, and all of those platforms you might have heard of, you might not have had experience with. Focus on Google. That's my advice. You might want to have a quick guess at this. What is the average number of words that people type into Google to find something? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it going to be marketing? Someone said 3. You choose your own guess now, but in actual fact, the current correct number of words that people type into Google to find something is 2. However, that doesn't mean that that's the total number of words that they choose. Consider this. Someone puts in garden fence because it blew down in one of the recent storms. You can see here that Google will also complete the sentence. It's trying to think of what do you want? Do you want panels? Do you want paint? Do you want ideas? And someone is likely to click on one of those. Anything up to 5 words is good. So when we look at a keyword, we need to consider up to 5 words, not just 1, not just 2. If someone puts garden fence into search engines, we don't know what they want. Do they want to spell it? Do they want to make them? Do they want to paint them? We don't know. So when you think of adding keywords to the content of your website and behind your website, think of specificity. Think of the intent of what the user is putting into their search. I will be taking questions after this, of course. So how do we identify relevant keywords? Well, there's a couple of things we can use online for free. Conscious of time, so I'm going to try and whiz through this. Google Keyword Planner. So this is a direct link here through to Keyword Planner, where we can pop in the name of a competitor website. We can look at all of the keywords that are allocated to their websites by Google. Okay, it doesn't mean that they're all good keywords, but this is what Google thinks their website is all about. So you can go to that Keyword Planner, you can put in the name of a competitor website, and you can see all of their keywords, and you can download those as a CV file or an Excel file. You've then got a list of keywords. But how many people are looking for those keywords in the UK every month? Well, this is where you can go to something called searchvolume.io. I love this tool. You can input up to 800 keywords or phrases into this per day before it tells you you've had enough and you need to use a paid version. Or you can just clear your cache and then start all over again, or use a different browser. So you can then take that list, you can import it into searchvolume.io, and you can see exactly how many people are looking for that keyword in the UK per month on average. That's a really powerful tool. So you can then start to put together lists of keywords that are popular, lists of keywords that are very specific to your business. I appreciate that there's not too many visuals here, and that's because of the time that I have, but I am going to give you access to a couple of things after this, one of them being my book to download, so that you can go into this in more detail if you want. What I'm saying here is, fundamentally, Keyword Planner, look at your competitors and download their keywords, and then pop them into searchvolume.io to see how many people look for those keywords and see how popular they are. You can then use this to create lists of keywords that you can put in your website pages, depending on what that page should be about, and then Google can pick up on those. So here's an example. Fence could be the main keyword, and we could have 3 pages in a website. One of them could be to do with fence installation. One of them could be with to do with fence panels, and the third could be to do with fence repairs. We're focusing on a slightly different keyword on each page. And there's 3 different types of keyword in each box there. We call them buckets. So there's 3 buckets there of slightly different but quite specific keywords that we can use to highlight 3 pages to Google, depending on whether someone puts in fence repair, fence panel needs repairing or installing, or local even, local wooden fence installer. After that, we look at backlinks. Backlinks can be considered all of those roads and signs that might lead to a shop. Without them, we don't know how to find the shop. And so it's pretty useless. We don't want a shop window display in the middle of a field. So we need to build those roads. Consider it a reference from someone else to you saying, you're good. Like that lady did for Sean, he's probably going to pick up some business from that. And that's how a backlink would work. You can go to a website called RFs or Hrefs. I've never really understood how it's pronounced, but this is a link here. And you go to this in exactly the same way. You take your competitor websites, you put it into their backlinks tracker, and it will tell you all of the backlinks that that website has. You can then take that list and you can contact them. So if you want a backlink from a company that has a listing on a similar forum or a similar directory, you can get that. All right. Here's an example of another search you can do. Put in your industry. So here we've got the word gardening, and then I've put the word forum in some speech caps there. That will mean that Google will only return searches that are including the word forum. They have to be forums. Get involved, people. Go to some industry-specific forums, join them, and answer some questions. You can refer back to your website on a lot of these. This will help with backlinks, and it will help you to gain a network, a sphere of influence. So same as social media, this is just one big conversation. You need to get involved. This is my final message to you. Fight your own corner. Richard kindly introduced me as a cage fighter there. I've never lost to a cage yet. But do fight your own corner, because at the end of the day, you're the ones in control of your own business. Understand your SEO, understand what tools are out there, mostly free in this case for your business. Get involved and invest the time in yourself. And that's me open for Q&As, and I believe that's exactly 10 minutes.
Perfect. Perfect timing as ever, Adam. Thank you very much.